You know how sometimes you're just chilling in bed thinking about stuff? You're like, I wonder why we don't fall off the planet. Well, I had that thought too. And after pondering it for a bit, I figured it out. Here's my theory. Earth is like a giant merry-go-round. Remember those when you were little? You're on the roundabout, and it starts spinning, right? And then you're like, whoa, I'm gonna fly off. But you never do. You stay on the roundabout because something called inertia keeps you there. Inertia is like a force that makes things keep doing what they're already doing. Like if you're on a skateboard rolling along, your body wants to keep rolling with you. Or if you're standing on a train and it starts moving, you almost fall over forward because your body still wants to stay where it was. The same thing happens on Earth, except Earth isn't a merry-go-round that stops and starts. It's always going at the same speed, which means we don't feel the effects of inertia. But then you might be thinking, if Earth is spinning really fast, shouldn't we be thrown off? And that's where gravity comes in. Gravity is what pulls us toward the ground and keeps us from flying away. So basically, Earth's spin makes us want to fly off, but gravity pulls us back down. They're kind of like two forces fighting each other. Think of it like when you swing a bucket of water in a circle. The water wants to fly off because of the bucket spinning, but gravity pulls it back down. If the bucket suddenly stopped spinning, the water would fly off. But since it keeps spinning, the water stays in a circle. It's like Earth is that bucket. We're the water. But instead of a circle, Earth is more like a flat disk, so we don't go off to the side. We go off straight up or straight down. And we don't do either because gravity wins the fight. So if Earth is like a spinning merry-go-round, and we don't feel its speed because of inertia, and we don't fly off because of gravity, does that mean we're not actually moving? No, we're actually moving super fast. Earth is whipping around the sun at 27 million kilometers per hour. And Earth and the Sun are whizzing around the Milky Way galaxy at 828,000 kilometers per hour. That's mind-boggling. We're literally on a spaceship that's zooming through space. So even though we don't feel like we're moving, we're actually on this wild ride all the time. And we don't feel like we're falling off during the ride because of two things: inertia and gravity. I know it's kind of hard to wrap your head around these ideas. Like I still think about it sometimes. And you might be all, well, if we don't feel it, it doesn't mean we're not moving. And that's true. We don't need to feel something to know it's real. Like you can't see atoms, but you know they exist. Same with the spinning Earth. Just because we don't feel it doesn't mean it's not happening. Okay, let me tell you a little story. One time there was a kid who was sitting on a chair spinning around. His mom kept telling him to stop, but he wouldn't. He was having too much fun. Then, suddenly the chair stopped and the kid fell over. He was all, "Mom, why did you do that?" Mom said, "I didn't do anything. You were the one spinning." And the kid was like, "But I don't feel anything." Mom said, "That's exactly why you don't stop when you're spinning. You've got to trust that you're moving." And the kid was all, "Huh? I guess I do." So yeah, sometimes we gotta trust what we know is true, even if we don't feel it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little science lesson. Remember, if anyone ever says, "Hey, if Earth is spinning, why don't we fly off?" You can just be like, "Nah, nah, nah, gravity's holding us down." And then they'll be all confused because it's actually true. And then you can high five, because knowledge is power. And I love sharing it. And if you want to join me on this journey through space and learning, you can check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.